What's going on? It's the HM Podcast, fam. We back. It's been a minute. You're supposed to do these things a while ago, but things happen, scheduling stuff happen. I'm still on the road. I'm in Kentucky right now at a hotel, so that just goes to show that we taking the show on the road and all that. Feel me? But we still working. We still on the ground and everything like that. Um, co-host, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, welcome back. Thank you for having me back, of course. Man, on the ground.
Sure. So first things first, if you haven't checked out the first episode, go do that. Of course, why are you even here if you didn't do that already? On all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, pick your poison. Uh, also go check out the Fight Talk podcast, ran by my man Amon. If you're into boxing, if you're into MMA, combat sports, anything like that, go check that out. Same thing, YouTube, Spotify, music. So since we did miss a couple weeks, you feel me?
How
It's
about
a
how
it's a lot to go over. Of course, my team is no longer in the tournament. Uh, just disappointment. I don't even talk about that for real. It's it is so frustrating, really.
I gave y'all benefit of the doubt, put y'all in the final four, but I should have trusted my gut and just you feel me? I knew that was
No,
gonna
no, no.
happen.
You picked the right team. Bro. It was just the execution.
Man,
I don't know what
I
happened,
wanted to see that plot, man. North Carolina, Arizona, but hey.
bro. But forget the clock, bro. Forget Arizona. They suck. Well, I'm not gonna say they, but I'm not gonna call any players either. But all I know he was a former Tar Heel. I will put it like that.
Oh man.
But
Uh,
before we get into like the men's and everything like that, uh, the women's tournament just concluded. Congratulations to the University of South Carolina. Temple alumni Don Staley
outstanding.
legend, Temple legend. Man. Uh, what's your reactions about the whole tournament and everything like that?
Man, I was intrigued, man. I was really tapped into the women's tournament. I ain't gonna lie. It was a especially that Elite Eight. You feel me? With the
That leader was crazy.
superstars on superstars. That was I feel like the women's tournament really elevated like the whole March Madness, man. So women's basketball is definitely taking a big stand, a big rise. You feel me? So it was a cool tournament.
So man, every single game was a banger, man. It came down to the wire. Uh, Especially that last game. How actually, how did you feel about that UConn Iowa game? Especially that last call.
Me personally, nothing taking none from Iowa, Caitlin Clark. Me personally, because who knows if UConn was gonna make the shot on that. But they wanted Caitlin Clark to go to that championship
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
Just to solidify her legacy. That's how I feel about it. You know, that's my stance on it. But no disrespect to Caitlin Clark. She is one of the goats. So.
Yeah, as we seen South Carolina kind of like just dominated every team they even played. So, they got through it regardless. But those games between Iowa, LSU, Iowa, UConn, and honestly, looking back at it, was it a foul?
It
It
was.
was a legal screen.
You can't call it
It was a
nothing.
legal screen. But you honestly, I agree. You can't call that at that time. That really like make a lot of people say like one play or like one call doesn't decide the game, and I usually agree. But man, that really altered the whole course of what could have happened.
Definitely did. That could have been one of the best women's games of all time. Just they let them that last shot happen. But
I tell you, man, like they didn't just got to let the players play. Then we see who had the ball in their hands, who had the ball. It was
Paige,
was Paige. Now, if she would have made the shot, she would have been a legend.
yeah,
She would have been solidified for sure.
facts. That's
But
fact.
you know, it was a tough game for UConn, especially since they had like every single player on their roster hurt. a lot of their stars, a lot of their scoring. Then you had a lot of people in foul trouble at the same time. So it was just a rough matchup, especially when you're going against like arguably the greatest women's player, maybe the greatest collegiate player of all time, really,
That's a great
honestly.
debate. That's a great debate.
So I
I mean,
mean,
let me ask you this: can you put her in the greatest? She don't have that ring though.
you know what? That's that's a valid point. Honestly, that is a very valid point.
Do I think she's the greatest? I think she's top three, and that ring would have made her number one. But
For
now it's
sure.
just debatable. Now you feel what I'm saying?
She's the most accomplished
Yeah,
outside like individually at least. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, my favorite player is Maya Moore. I think she's the best of all time, really.
she wins.
So yeah, but it was a great game, honestly. Uh Paige comes back next year. UConn's pretty healthy. South Carolina's always gonna be South Carolina. So,
That's
women
young.
women's sports is in a great place. You got the two top dogs, Andrew Reese, Caitlin Clark going to the WNBA. So, I think it's time to tune into the WNBA too.
Yeah, facts.
Man, I was tapped in a little bit, but now I think it's really time to really tap in. I was always only tapped into the Mystic games, but now I think I might really like fully fully engage.
Facts. Facts. No, who got the number one pick? The Indiana Fever, right?
I think so.
Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston potentially teaming up. That's a crazy duo right there.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the talent in the WNBA is so wild. And hopefully it leads to like them getting paid a little more to where they don't have to continue to play overseas all these time just to make a little bit of extra money and everything like that. So you're gonna see. We are going to see.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I was thinking, don't college athletes get paid more than WNBA because like NIL deal or superstars, of course.
All the athletes are getting bags,
It's crazy.
bags.
It's crazy.
Next thing I wanted to talk about, Ronnie James, man. He entered his name into the transfer portal while also declaring for the NBA draft. Will he even? I mean, I think he's just testing the waters. Honestly, I don't think it's any really chance he stays in the draft at all. But I don't like. What was your initial reaction to like all the news around that? Do you feel like it was a good idea? Do you think he should have stayed? And how you think is like, what's his trajectory from here?
Honestly, I think it was smart more than anything because even if he don't get drafted, he's still, in the pool, like you said, they still get to choose, probably in the school he want for real. But like I believe I don't believe he will get drafted. I believe he will go through like the NBA training and get evaluated, know what he should work on even more. Hopefully he go to school where he like priority, so they can see his shooting. Bronny a dog, man. He got good IQ. He a great player.
He's a great player. Reminds me a lot of like Avery Bradley, Drew Holiday. Those real scrappy guards. That could definitely shoot the ball a little bit too. Um, I heard it was some news that apparently LeBron's old high school teammate is now the coach at this game.
Mm,
So I do think he's projected to go to this game just because of that connection there and that relationship. So I think it'll be fun to see. I do think he needs a change of scenery. I don't think Southern California was it. Honestly, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of expectation. So and you got like two, three other stars on your team. You know what I mean? Then this game, they made the tournament this year. So why not go there? You get another great player. And I think you get your chance to shine there.
that's facts. Bronny always gonna have the exposure regardless where he goes. So he'll be good. That's a good option.
Breaking news. Literally it just came on my phone. John Calipari is no
Arkansas,
longer the coach at Kentucky.
he got fired, or did he take the Arkansas deal?
He signed a 5-year deal to become the next coach at Arkansas.
Ah,
And
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, why would you leave Kentucky to get to Arkansas?
You know what? That is kind of strange, honestly. I don't get it either, really. Because like, I mean, maybe he just wanted to change the scenery, or he felt like he did everything he could at Kentucky. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that at the moment. I ain't gonna
It
let
must have been the bag, honestly. It had to be. It had to be. There's no way. I know he got a crazy bag to go to Arkansas.
because he didn't get fired, did he?
No, he definitely didn't get fired. It
At
was
least.
it was no way they were gonna fire Jonathan.
Mm.
He is Kentucky basketball, really. Well, not no more, but he was. But that's crazy to think about. Like Arkansas, I think Arkansas recruiting like skyrocketing them. A lot of those players that you seen went to Kentucky, they might start flipping to Arkansas
Mm.
now. Man. So real strange, honestly. Um, kind of expected, I guess. Like it was projected, but um, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird, really.
I don't know how I feel about that right now. I ain't gonna lie. They got
And
like
Arkansas is another SEC school, ain't it?
exactly.
So that's that's tough. That's super tough, honestly. You feel me?
How long was Calipari at Kentucky? At
I
least
couldn't
like
even tell you,
15.
bro. I know he was there before. Then I think he like went to the NBA for a while. Didn't pan out. Then he came back, something like that. I don't know. He's been there for a long time, probably more than a decade, really.
Yeah, for sure.
But
That's
yeah, that's crazy to think about. So, and a lot of the Arkansas players end up entering the transfer portal. So maybe they start coming back. Leaf Battle into the transfer portal.
into the portal.
He did.
Arkansas no more.
Mm-mm. Well,
Okay.
not for now at least. He might come back because Eric Musselman went to South Carolina. So you know I don't know.
Man,
I don't know. I thought I was hoping he would do good enough to like enter the draft, but he had a pretty like rocky season in the beginning, but at the end
he's
he was
going
doing
on, right?
he was scorching stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
30 a game, 30 a game, 30 a game.
That's crazy.
But back back to the main event party, March Madness. So I must admit, uh, my bracket wasn't the best. You feel me? Well, it wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the worst. But a lot of teams sold me. My team sold me. You feel
Yeah.
me? I don't, bro. But
Mine did
uh,
too. Hey, well,
yeah, y'all lost to
NC
who y'all
State.
lose to? NC State. Dang,
So, my
that's
fault.
the
Brian Burns is crazy. Not my DJ Burns, my fault.
that's a big boy. That's
Man.
a big boy. And he's so skilled too. Like it's crazy to be that big and move that lightly.
Yeah, I
I
heard
was saying
something
talk
good. You was probably
about
about
the,
to
about
say,
the NFL, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Like,
feel me?
yeah. I can see it though. I ain't gonna lie.
You will make a great offensive lineman, really.
Look, especially with that footwork.
Man, you feel me? And then like to look back at some of his old pictures from like Tennessee, he was not that big. You know, he was not big at all. I mean, he was like tall, but he wasn't like how he is now. He's massive now. But we predicted the Elite Eight, and you know we weren't very accurate. It seemed like, honestly.
Yeah.
I know my Final Four was completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston didn't even make it. Houston should have made it.
You know
Duke
they
got
lost.
lucky. Duke got lucky.
You feel me? I
Duke got
told you
lucky.
what happened.
I got lucky, bro.
You be
The
lucky.
only the only reason y'all won is because Jamal Shed got hurt. If he didn't get hurt in the first quarter of the game, it's no way I would have won, honestly.
I'm not debating that, but all I'm saying at the end of the day, Duke defeated Houston. Like
That's
I
true.
projected. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. I did not have on my bingo card for Alabama to even touch the Final Four, but
Right.
uh, they shot the lights out. That's all I can say. They shot the lights out every single game they played. Um, yeah. So it was the Final Four was UConn, Alabama, Purdue, NC State.
Right.
Uh, that Purdue NC State game, really good game, but you got the National Player of the Year. That's a
It
you feel me?
different.
That's another big guy. You feel me? It wasn't like DJ Byrne was just playing against another person like kind of his size or a little bit taller than him. He's 7'1", like 200 plus pounds too. So it's like he's
Dude,
a hard guy to move out the way. Zach Edey,
I heard he was 7'4" or 7'2",
7'4".
7'2". He might be 7'1". I might be tripping.
I think it has to be like 7'1", 7'2", because he's nowhere close to Wembanyama.
Okay. Yeah. I might be tripping. I might be tripping.
So Purdue ended up pulling out the win.
Look, Google
Um,
says 7'4".
7-4.
That's what Google say.
Man,
I don't know how
wow.
accurate it is, but
I guess he's 7'4" then. I did not know that.
yeah,
That's a man. No wonder why he is. No wonder why he won National Player of the Year. I
it's
just say
unfortunate.
he's not skilled or anything like that. When you that big, it's just like you
That's
should
level.
be pretty good, honestly. But
Mhm.
we've seen a lot of times where people are that tall, they're just not as coordinated as he is. So I will give him a lot of credit for that, and he passes very well for his size as well. But yeah, Purdue ended up winning the game. Any reactions on the game?
Um, I feel like it was a good like what's like not a like a matchup between like the marquee matchup between DJ and Zach Edey. I feel like that brought a lot of attention. Personally, I knew NC State run was coming to an end. It was a
Yeah,
great
me too.
run. I knew Purdue was just going to do that. So I'm looking forward to the UConn Purdue game though. So we're gonna see how that
Yeah,
go.
I already knew UConn was about to be Alabama. It was a lot closer game than I really expected. I mean, Alabama put up a lot of better fight, but UConn's just the best team in the country. The depth, the talent, their consistency is just it's crazy. So I guess the final thing to ask tomorrow's the big day. It's the conclusion of all the brackets, everything that's been going on. So who do you have?
Like I said,
Purdue.
man.
Uh,
I said remember I asked you when was the last time a team repeated? It
yeah.
was before the Gators. I said I got UConn repeating, man. So I'm going with UConn. I'm going with you.
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna have to disagree.
Hmm,
I think I got Purdue on this one. I think did they play in the regular season at all?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think that the guard play for Purdue is a lot more underrated than people really think. And they shoot the ball pretty well. Zach Edey, he's probably gonna get double teamed a lot. So that just creates a lot of open threes. So I think if he makes the right decisions, he knocks that they all the supporting people just knock down all the shots and everything like that, then I think they got a good chance to win. But I will say that UConn defense is something else.
The
Like
man
it's
clean.
just both sides of the floor. Like their defense, offense is just everything's crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win, but I'm gonna play devil advocate here. I'm gonna go Purdue.
We shall see. We shall see.
We will see, man. But it was a quick episode for today since we missed a little bit of time with like scheduling and everything. I'm out here working. We have a Temple football player right here, so he's out here practicing every day. You know what I'm saying? No days off for real. Then also we're preparing to graduate, so in the chat, in the comments, tell us congratulations. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, it's been a tough 4 years, really. You know what
Uh,
I'm saying? So everything's coming to the conclusion, and Yeah, Temple community. You will see me these next 2 years. I just signed. Well, I'll be doing my master's in sports business
You
at
coming
some
back?
university. I am coming back.
Oh, okay,
Back
Shorty.
to Temple University.
Okay, we back at it then.
I'm getting my dual degree, my master's in business administration, my master's in sports business. So you will see me more. You know what I'm saying? So more episodes to come for sure. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure, 100%, 100%.
All right, man. Great talking to you as always. SDHM podcast, man. We out. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, man. See ya.